Hi, and welcome to the Balancing Act Orlando, Daytona, Melbourne edition. I'm Montel Williams. We're bringing you community stories and introducing you to the businesses and people who are making a difference. So let's see who's making a difference right here in your neighborhood.
On today's episode, endodontic care that uses the latest technology to save our teeth, the latest legal advice from the experts, education news you can use, home-delivered meals, the power of flowers, plus lots more on The Balancing Act.
What a great show we have lined up for you today. Let's see what's up first.
Our teeth are like fingerprints, each unique and different, and making sure we save them for a lifetime is critical. That's where root canals and endodontists come in. Root canals have a bad rep, but with new modern technology, it's definitely not like the old days.
Hello, my name is Dr. Peter Chen. I am an endodontist in Central Florida, and basically what we do in our office is we try to save teeth by doing root canals. People have always heard about the nightmares of having a root canal done. Actually, people would come to root canal specialists to get their pain taken away. We're actually in the business of removing the pain and getting rid of the swellings for patients. Some of the warning signs that patients might experience are swelling, severe pain to hot and cold, basically just throbbing, achy, and dull ache. Tooth that's knocked out of the socket can still be saved when you see a dental specialist on time.
Dr. Chen is literally changing the face of root canals. He believes that saving your natural teeth has true value.
Basically, a root canal is a procedure where we remove a small piece of tissue inside the tooth, eliminating pain and infection. Saving the natural teeth is very beneficial to us because number one, it's the aesthetics. You want to look your best, and nothing looks natural than your natural teeth. Second is that you're going to have a decreased amount of malnutrition if you start losing your teeth at an early age. Your teeth may shift. The third is the physical features of it. So our teeth exist and to also hold up our physical bone structure. So as we lose teeth in an earlier age, you will start seeing some facial changes.
Not all endodontic practices are the same. Here they use a combination of the latest in dental technology, advanced techniques, and modern architectural design to provide the best patient experience.
Some of the root canal treatments can be relatively simple and fast. And we have utilized a laser photoacoustics technology that can really clean a root canal in a shorter period of time and also prevent you from coming back to the second visit. We have found out that using red light therapy, we can start the healing process right away. And this red light therapy really has no side effects, and it can really decrease the patient's pain level. And it's a really good way to decrease the dependency on opioids. There are other instances that we can use red light therapy on, and surprisingly, one of it is oral mucositis. As we know that as patients going through cancer and chemotherapy or radiation, their mouth can be very painful and have sores. And utilizing red light therapy, we can minimize the soreness and the pain level. And a lot of our patients do not even require to take pain meds.
They have a full-time team dedicated to pain relief and saving your teeth with comfort, care, and convenience.
We have the best team, and I would say in Central Florida, probably even the state. They're very dedicated. They are always very happy to see your patient. They realize that having a root canal is really not the best experience that patients are feeling right now, but we really do our best to make sure that we get them in a timely manner. We work them in and make sure we get them out of pain. Our office has 5 convenient locations in Central Florida, and so every year we see thousands of root canals a year. And it's because an average root canal specialist sees about 25 root canals a week. and this is what we do day in and day out. We do have a 24-hour emergency line where they can call or leave us a message or send us a text, and we always return their calls, and I get them in usually the same day. When you come here, you don't have to be afraid of root canals. We're here to take care of you. Our procedures are virtually painless, and you'll be glad you did.
For more information about how Advanced Endodontics can turn a frown into a smile, visit ineedarootcanal.com or go to our website, thebalancingact.com.
The work undertaken by Family Services can have a huge impact, just like our next story.
When Rusty Boissoneault died from Hodgkin's disease in 1971 at just 23, his best childhood friend vowed to dedicate his life's work to providing the best cancer care possible. Meet Dr. Norman Anderson.
Although they tell me I'm the CEO of the Robert Boissoneault Oncology Institute, I would prefer to be considered the father of the Institute. We provide radiation oncology for cancer patients, and this advanced technology is many times coupled with surgery and medical oncology, which includes both chemotherapy and immunotherapy. And so the standard of care with this approach is to use small amounts of radiation once a day, 5 days a week, over an extended period of time. We find that for malignant melanoma, it literally doesn't work. It's resistant to radiation. It's like water on a duck's back. But magically, if you treat this cancer twice a day, with lower doses each time, now something that was radiation resistant becomes extremely sensitive, and our control rate in the area of disease that we treat is virtually 100%. What's even more amazing, that had never been seen in the medical literature before, is that an immune response occurs. That is, areas of this same disease located elsewhere actually disappear without ever being treated with radiation.
Dr. Anderson believes that cancer is almost never a one-person disease. It's a family disease.
And although the patient goes through the physical and the emotional trauma of a malignancy, the support structure also goes through trauma, primarily emotional. And the impact of treatment should not only address the patient, but should address all of that support structure.
Also important, treating the whole person, not just the diagnosis. His team uses the latest in science and technology.
We want to take sophisticated technology in science, and we want to couple it with sensitivity. And when you do that, new ideas happen. In addition to that, we have 13 physics staff members in our practice, 3 of whom are PhD physicists, and they literally hover over the treatment every time it's given. By doing so, it leads into us being accredited by the American College of Radiology. We have been accredited by that board for 25 years continually, and the reason why is because the quality of care that we deliver.
They have a full-time staff dedicated to every patient's comfort and support.
In our practice, we have personal patient and support structure counselors who are available not only during the course of treatment, but for any length of time after the treatment is done. And we offer that without cost. When you come through the front door, I've had patients tell me after their first contact, they thought they were in the wrong office. This could not possibly have been a medical practice. Our staff tell future staff members that we want every person coming through the front door to be treated like family, because sooner or later, the person coming through the front door will be your family.
So what would Dr. Anderson's best friend, Rusty, think about all this?
Rusty, as well as every other cancer patient who requires radiation oncology, should be provided the most sophisticated technology available. But it should be offered in an environment that is comforting, secure, reassuring, and caring. Because when you think about it, that's what best friends do for each other all the time.
For more information about the Robert Boissoneault Oncology Institute, visit rboi.com or check out our website, thebalancingact.com.
When legal aid is required, what you need most is someone you can trust, as we find out in this next story.
Not every fender bender or slip and fall is a 6 or 7 figure case, but you want to be treated fairly and honestly. That's when it's time to call Brooke Boltz at Boltz Legal.
The type of law that I handle is the traditional auto accident type case, personal injury type case, which we're trying to recover fair and full compensation from the at-fault driver. And I also represent homeowners who have been unfairly denied or underpaid by their insurance carrier and help them to try to recover enough to make the repairs that are necessary to their home. So when I first started my firm, we had very humble beginnings. We started in my home in a spare bedroom, and I had my mom, who is now my office manager, was there with me as my legal assistant, and myself in a spare bedroom. And as we started to hire more people, we outgrew the spare bedroom, and so I actually had to move my personal desk into my closet. And after about a year of working out of the home, we were thankfully able to upgrade into our beautiful office we have now.
Brooke believes in thinking outside the box.
I used to want to be a famous singer, but then I realized I'm much better at arguing. Well, the iconic movie Legally Blonde says that law school is for people who are boring, ugly, and serious. So to differentiate myself, I just try to not be those things. So I just am constantly thinking about my cases and what the best strategy is. And no matter how difficult a certain case may seem, I have always found that I find some strategy to reach the end goal that we're trying to accomplish. The cases that I handle are on a contingency fee basis, which means that my clients do not pay me out of pocket for my services. So I get paid at the end of the case when the case resolves, and the money that I recover comes from insurance companies.
One of the mottos at Boltz Legal is fear no storm.
When our clients come to us, they've been through a stormy experience. Sometimes it's a physical or emotional storm, such as an injury, and other times it's an actual storm, like a hurricane. And so they feel hopeless up against these major insurance companies. And so at Boltz Legal, our motto is to fear no storm, because we're there for them and we help take them through this difficult experience. For the first part of my legal career, for almost 10 years, I worked for insurance companies. And now I work against them on behalf of the consumers. So that background that I have, having worked for the insurance companies, really helps me to have a holistic approach and to understand both sides of the case. If you have some sort of damage to your home that you think might be an insurance claim, I highly recommend you contact an insurance attorney before making that first call to the insurance company. Insurance policies are dozens of pages long. Many people don't read them carefully or even understand what they say. And so speaking with an insurance attorney can help you to understand whether you have an insurance claim or not, and help to guide you on how the best process is to pursue that claim.
So while they can't promise the results of a case, they can help deliver the best possible outcome.
When you're deciding on a law firm to hire, consider whether you want to be the small fish in a big pond or the big fish in a small pond. At Boltz Legal, our clients are big fish.
For more information about Boltz Legal Services, visit boltzlegal.com or go to our website, thebalancingact.com.
Education is always evolving. Let's see some of the innovations that are helping our kids learn better.
When the focus on learning becomes how you are smart, rather than how smart you are, the possibilities for growth are endless. This is especially true in how we educate our children.
So when you're looking at how a child is smart, we do a lot with multiple intelligence. And so we're looking at the different ways that you can attribute your uniqueness, whether it's word smart, picture smart, body smart. And if I understand that's how you're smart, then I can teach you the way you learn best. So when you look at education, you know that everybody comes from different backgrounds, they come from different experiences. And when we don't present things in a way that is specific to individuals, then you're missing the picture with a lot of children. So you have kids that are doing really well, and you have kids that are suffering, but sometimes it's just because they haven't had experience.
The common misconception is that all children learn the same way. In reality, it's best to teach them in the way that they learn, and there are different learning styles that are well documented by the experts.
You have children that are naturally athletic, they are body smart. You have kids that are very oral and can communicate really well. Well, they're word smart. You have kids that make friends well and good socializers, they're people smart. You have kids that are very quiet into themselves, where they're self-smart. So when you understand that, you can teach and deliver information in different modalities so that you help kids understand their information that they're learning. So what's that going to look like? Well, if they're music smart, we're going to have some music and rhythm and rhyme in all that they do. Maybe they're learning chants when they're doing different understandings about, parts of speech or things like that. Or maybe let's say we're talking about verbs, and we might say verbs. They're an action word. They're an action word, it's a verb. And we might list some verbs. And you think that, are they really getting this? But they absolutely get it. We had one, for example, from math, it was a first grade classroom. They were learning about different shapes and the sides. So they said shapes and the sides. A triangle has 3 sides. A square has 4 sides, and they're just going down, But then you walk away from that, those kids are going to remember that forever because they know the chant or the song. I remember even with myself, the way I learned how to spell the word friends was from an old school Ronald McDonald album. That's back in, I'm dating myself, but I learned how to spell friends. It was like friends, F-R-I-E-N-D. And there are still times when I'm typing and I'm gonna say, oh, your friends, F-R-I-E-N-D. I still do that as an adult. So imagine what that does for kids when they can still go back to those things even later in their life, and they can pull on those because that was a connection that was made.
Their name says it all. The bigger your roots, the deeper they go. Dr. Kennedy explains.
At Deeper Root Academy, our focus is on just making sure that we provide a safe place for children to learn and grow and to make connections. That's a big missing piece, what I see with a lot of children. They're not really connected with their learning, and that's where the name Deeper Root actually came from. We have our on-campus platform, and we have DRA Live at Home. Our DRA Live at Home is a virtual program with their actual classroom teachers, and they're on for about 4 hours a day with breaks in between doing their core curriculum. And we're still infusing it with all types of excitement and different modalities because we know that kids learn in different ways. And then we provide that same support for our students that are on campus that get that unique environment of having that small classroom structure.
Why is this important? Because the greatest impact for learning is between birth and 4 years old.
This is a time where a lot of times, kids aren't really being talked to because you think they don't understand, but exposing them to vocabulary and talking to them about everything. And that's what we try to tell parents. You want to make sure, because their brains are developing so rapidly, but there's little synapses that are being created. And every time a connection is made, they get more connections. So imagine a child that is spoken to all the time. They're in a vocabulary-rich environment. They're going places, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. I'm talking go to the library, go to the park, do things like that. You'll see these kids flourish a lot more rather than you have a child that wasn't really spoken to that much, didn't really have many experiences. And it doesn't mean that after 4 you can forget it. You can still create those connections, but it's easier for them when they move into other languages and different concepts about numbers and relationships when they've had that exposure early, because they have an automatic reference bank. We start with very young children, 6 weeks, all the way up through 8th grade. And that's a big generation that we're servicing, but we're able to do it uniquely. And I just love seeing how sometimes we can partner even our older students. They partner with younger students. They have buddies, and we have buddies when they go to chapel and they have lunch with their buddies once a month, and their buddies invite them to their class and things like that. So we're not just teaching them education and learning models and things that they need to know, we're also teaching them life skills and teaching them how to be good people, and really developing their character. And that's really important, especially in our world. We need people with good character, and who have the creative ability to be able to be who they are.
For more information about Deeper Root Academy, visit deeperrootacademy.org or go to our website, thebalancingact.com.
I love eating fresh, healthy meals, but who has time to cook?
That's right. And these days, who really wants to shop for all those ingredients? Well, we have the solution. It's called Rebuilt Meals, and I love what they write here. Cook less, live more.
Oh, yeah.
At Rebuilt Meals, we cook, prepare, portion, and home deliver ready-made meals for our clients. Our goal is to cook less and live more, and that really allows our clients to do whatever they want to do and not have to cook.
Rebuilt Meals home delivers healthy and nutritious meals statewide. No cooking, no prepping, just heat and eat.
So the misconception about healthy meals not having any flavor can be true for some companies, but not for Rebuilt Meals. Our culinary team and our executive chef Matthew spend a lot of time to figure out what components and ingredients can make our meals taste delicious, but still maintain their macro balance. We pride ourselves on having the largest variety of meals in the entire country. I say that without hesitation. We really want to be able to suit everyone's needs, and that's a difficult thing to do. So we have one of our plans is gluten, dairy, and soy free. Then we have our keto. We have our plant-based plan, which is vegetarian and vegan friendly. We have our traditional plan, and then we also have kids meals. And we have an a la carte plan, which you can order from around 50 items by the pound and portion to fit your exact macro needs. So we have a rotating menu. So our menu has 30 plus new items every single week.
There are lots of plans to choose from on their website, and the menu changes every week.
We have 6 different meals for each one of our meal plans. We use 3 base proteins: beef, turkey, and chicken. Every single week, there's different recipes for those 3 base proteins, but we don't limit it by which plan you order. So you can order our traditional plan, but order meals from Performance. You can mix and match however fits your needs, whatever you see is most exciting on the menu for you, and then choose your meals every single week to have the most control of your plan. So we have our culinary team over here in Tampa, and led by our executive chef, Matthew. We have a meal that will really fit your needs, and let's show you how we do it.
Beef.
Little salt.
Little salt, give it the extra flavor we need. So now that we've got the color on the beef, I can turn the heat down a little bit. And we'll just let this go until the beef is finished cooking.
And just like that, dinner.
Wow, this is so good. And they ship throughout Florida.
I like the corn zucchini fritters.
I'm looking at this fennel-infused chicken.
Yeah, eat it together.
Nice.
I love it. For more information about Rebuilt Meals, go to rebuiltmeals.com. And of course, you can go to our website. What is it?
Of course, thebalancingact.com. Did you know the flowers need us just as much as we need them? Who knew? Take a look.
I believe flowers need us as much as we need them because it's all energy. Your energy, I'm energy. This flower comes from a seed. We get to get our hands dirty. We get to work a little bit. Let's take this bouquet, for instance. So if you just pick this up at the grocery, it really doesn't look like this, right? So it usually comes in its little flower packet, in its little plastic wrapper. So we take them apart and we say what we want. We project to them what we want them to say to the world. So this would have my energy written all over it. There are plenty of studies that are out there about flowers in hospitals, that when flowers are in a room, they change the whole energy. The mood is better, so all of a sudden my blood pressure is better, all of a sudden I may not need those medicines, and the fact of the energy of the person who sent those to me. It makes a difference, it matters.
Alice should know she's the owner of FlowerGeneral.com by Carlsted's, a leading distributor of fresh cut flowers and floral accessories throughout the Southeast. Her company collaborates with floral providers, vendors, and customers all over the world.
I want to talk to you today about putting flowers together for yourself. I love to play flower shop. Everybody has curly willow in their yard, or your aunt or your neighbor does. And you just put it inside, and now you've got some really curious stuff going on in the vase. I take hydrangea, I cut this. We're gonna cut it a little bit slanted because we don't want it to touch the bottom, and we don't want foliage in the container. So I'm gonna take my flowers, and then I'm gonna create something really special. And I had a beautiful little rose. Look at this. We're gonna make him our focal point. We just want to put them in there and just let them speak to you. Let the flowers do the talking.
Alice has more flower tips you're going to love.
So we're going to start with our heliconia. That's going to be our focal point. So we're going to just set him in here, let him just kind of fall like he wants to, and then we're going to build an arrangement. Now remember when we said we really want some curious things in our arrangement? That's what's going to make it unique. So we've got some great tropical foliage and we got some great things going on, and it just makes it fun. So let's just drop them in like we want to. Now, I can use this for a baby shower. I can use this for a party. I can use this for my friends on Friday night, watching Netflix, whatever you're gonna do. You have an arrangement and it's yours. You own this arrangement. So put your name on it and enjoy.
And with Carlsted's Floral Concierge Service, there is always a reason to celebrate.
So I just wanted to show you one other thing. We love birds of paradise, right? One little neat trick that we have is, you see how they're open and they're beautiful? I want to show you, sometimes they just kind of stay. And I wanted to show you, with the heat of your hand, you can open this up and let it show, right? Look at this. Look at this. It's called birthing the bird, right? And so now they're all open and waving. Remember, flowers need us as much as we need them.
So now I finally know how to put a proper bouquet together. And for more information about Carlsted's, go to FlowerGeneral.com or check out our website, thebalancingact.com.
Thanks so much for joining us on this local edition of The Balancing Act. We'll see you next time.